Good evening, Dorinda. I hope you're still here. um, yeah, it's kind of a crazy time for a minute. I'm babysitting for about another 30 minutes. So we'll see how this goes. Don't know which link works. I was trying to wait for Liberty Warrior to be over, so I didn't cut into that. But there's a whole lot live right now. And there you are.
Hi. How are you tonight, Bonnie?
I'm okay.
Just okay?
Just babysitting the grandbaby, and
Yeah,
she's
but
got
that's
me
always
running.
fun things to do.
She got me running back and forth.
I'd probably give her some paint and say, here, paint a picture.
Yeah.
That's what I did with my son's girlfriend's children.
Mm-hmm.
I brought them over or the mom brought them over and whatever. And I says, well, what do you guys want to do? And they said, I don't know, nothing. Like, okay, fine. So I went down the basement and I grabbed the salad spinner and I grabbed the paint and I grabbed the cutout paper that I'd already cut out. And I came upstairs and I went outside in the backyard and I'm sitting on the patio and I got the salad spinner out and I started throwing some paint in it and I started spinning it and it made a picture. And the kids were all like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm painting a picture. Would you like to paint a picture?" And we became best friends after that. Hello, Anna Marie. Come on up. Bonnie's must be talking to her grandbaby. Do to do to do to do to do to do to do. Okay, Anna Marie, what'd you do today? Anything
Dorinda, you were
spectacular?
doing such a good job. Thank you for holding the fort down for a second.
Well, I thought maybe you were
Ah,
just talking to your grandbaby and didn't want us all to hear you yelling at her or something. So,
well, she's potty training, so that tells you what she was doing.
and you know what? That's a fantastic time. Hi, Anna. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad. So, what did you do today?
Absolutely nothing.
My kind of day too. I did a load of laundry tonight because I went downstairs to grab it because I said to my daughter like 5 days ago, "Can you put my load in the dryer tonight? Because I'm going to bed now." And she forgot. And my load was still sitting in the washer, so I had to rewash it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, my last day of work, I had to wear different pants because
I'm glad you reminded me.
the other ones were still in the washing machine. Oh well, shit happens.
But Dorinda, you've been here a while talking to yourself.
You know what? I do that quite well all the time. Sometimes that's the most intelligent conversation I get.
Whoa, and that sucks.
And sometimes I'm just talking blah, 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 blah. And there's that about it too. Yeah, that too.
Um, yep.
I could be like the other night when you guys were up here and I was watching TV with my hubby coming in and checking on you. Every time I'd come in, you guys were singing. I'd be sitting here singing away and dancing in the chair, having a grand old time all by myself.
Been there, done that.
And my daughter, who doesn't like to come in and listen to my vids, right? She gets really upset when I'm watching my videos.
Mhm.
She was sitting here, she didn't have her headphones on, and she was laughing her ass off. She goes, "This is what you guys do on your vids?" I said, "Sometimes, yes. Sometimes we're just goofy and this is what we do."
Yep.
She goes, "Well, this was kind of fun." I said, "Well, thank you."
That's my daughter. My youngest daughter came to visit today, and she was looking at some of the stuff, and she said, "This is what you do with your friends?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, I don't know if we have that much fun on the games." I said, "Well, we're old. We know how."
Yeah.
Heather's supposed to be coming up tonight too. We were talking about it today on her show.
Yes.
This is no amateur hour, you know. We have experience.
That is correct. What the hell did I see the other day? It was a joke. Not a joke. It was a cartoon.
Well, we all grew up during a time when you had to learn how to entertain yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're not old. We're re-teenagers.
Re-teenagers. That's a good one.
I kind of chuckled at that one.
Yep.
You got to
And
be
two
careful
old
how you,
ladies just a dancing, right? I was laughing my head off.
you got to be careful how we relive those teenage years or live our second childhood. We could
Yeah.
hurt ourselves. We're
Yep.
just a little more fragile now and don't quite recover like we used to.
Nope.
True.
But
Yes,
I won't be staying up too long because I have to go to bed. I work early in the morning.
it was really hard getting up this morning. And I woke up at 8 and couldn't go back to sleep. And I said, this just figures.
I got up once, had a smoke, and went back to bed. I think I got up. It was about 8:30, whatever. I went back to bed. I didn't roll out of bed till 1:30.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, yeah, no, I'm going back to bed. Boom.
That must be nice. I've been trying to put her down for a nap all day. It did not work.
Well, hopefully she sleeps good tonight.
Yeah, for her mama.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Mom's coming to get her.
Laura just got off, so she's home now.
Ah.
I told her she did real good potty today. See you.
Awesome.
Dorinda's talking to herself.
I was just sitting here humming and singing, and then I asked Anna a question, and she didn't answer me. And I said, "Oh, maybe she's in the back room waiting for Bonnie to come back."
There's several live right now, so I don't know if we'll have very many, but that's okay.
What? Liberty's going live again?
No, well, I saw her. It looked like Craig had 2 lives, and Hawk is already on.
But
And
Liberty, they had the ladies' night earlier, and then Liberty was on with Telsa, or Tisa. I don't know her name anyway. And then
yeah, something like that.
it's posted up that he's got another live coming on right after that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
he had a guy, Don something, I think. He was talking about the constitutions and all of that.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was wrapping it up. He had, is he D-Dog that's been
Yeah.
talking about the constitutions, and John E. up there.
No.
Hopefully they were wrapping it up. I put the link for the outdoor show for in the morning, and I jumped out. Oops,
Yeah.
a little early.
I was like, I guess it'll be rude if I say, Bonnie, are you going on? So I didn't say anything.
I know, and so if you stay till the end, it's okay if you do that. But I didn't, so I didn't. I didn't do anything.
Well, I know, yeah, this morning, what was it? Liberty came on while Craig and Alan had the show on, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, and so I
I
had
thought,
to jump over there because
I just thought they kind of had a courtesy thing going back and forth, sort of, or at least trying to, and
yeah,
so I hopped over to see too what was going on, and then I went over by Alan and Craig again.
Yeah. Well,
No,
when I was on Mark B's show earlier, um, one of the ladies said that I have to go on Jeff Riddle's show because there's a lady that I have to meet because me and her sound like we're kindred spirits. So I'm gonna have to check out Jeff B and check her out. No, Jeff Riddle. Sorry.
Jeff Riddle. I
Yeah,
wonder who it is.
I don't know. I can't remember the name.
Was it
well,
deplorable?
Something yo something. I don't know.
Oh, hmm.
Jeff wasn't coming on again tonight, was he?
I don't think so.
No.
I think he usually goes on around 4 o'clock my time. So I'll
Yeah,
check
that,
out tomorrow.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, 3 o'clock here, I think. Wait a
3
minute.
years
Yeah, because Heather always says that Jeff comes on,
right
which
after her.
she tries to get off. So for Jeff. So
Yep.
Uh,
and Mark B always gets off. So prepping, so he doesn't interfere with prepping show.
Yeah.
Which
Because
I
he's
don't watch.
usually,
I don't watch that one too much anymore.
Me either. Mark used to be on at night a lot more though, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, he had one on yesterday that said he was done. And then
Yeah.
I saw this afternoon he was going on at 6:30, so I was like there like a dirty shirt, right?
Yep, me too.
And I'm like messaging him. I'm like, you forgot to send me the link. You forgot to send me the link. And he says on the show, I sent you the link. I said, no, you didn't. Because I checked my email. So he put the link up, so I went up.
who is that?
Mark B. He used to be on
Oh, okay. Yes, I
prepping.
know. What you, yeah.
Yeah, he used to be on prepping. And then he went off on his own when prepping had his own little breakdown and said, I'm not on for a week or 2 weeks or whatever it was.
Yes.
And he started, and I've been
Mark
watching
is.
every show he's had. I've been there, whether I went up
Oh,
on panel or not. I've been there because he makes me laugh.
yes.
Yeah.
He is a nut. And I
Yeah.
try to catch him when I can, but today was just not possible.
So I said to him on the show as we were leaving, I said, well, hopefully we'll see you next weekend.
Yeah, I enjoy Mark. I have a lot of respect for the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he did another one tonight when he was out at the shops. Remember, he said he was going to the shops.
Yeah, I
So
saw
he was
that.
at the shops, and the compliance officers were there to check out the store, making sure the store was complying with everything. And they had a armed guard with them.
Oh my goodness.
He was like, what the fuck are they afraid of?
Well, I saw a thing today. South Carolina. I wrote it down here. Where did I write it down?
Oh, see, Craig's doing restream big hair live
Yeah.
only. Man,
Oh, my darn notes. let's see, South Carolina said, and this was from their governor, he issued an executive order banning agency or barring agencies from issuing or enforcing potato heads, V's, and mandates.
Nice.
Orders all state and 19. Oh man, I scribbled there. um, Senate members to report to him any inquiries or I can't read because I don't have. Man, I gotta stop writing when the dogs are jumping on me. Or any requests of the vax from federal government. So
Nice.
yeah, I wrote that one on the envelope. I was like, I gotta write that down quick.
No, we don't
Before I
have
forget.
any of that crap going on in Canada. Everybody's following all stupid heads rules.
Well, I forget. I didn't get a chance to write down how many, but there's already several states going into a lawsuit against the federal government on this stuff, and expects more to join.
Well, seemingly there's people in Ontario
I think there was
that
13.
have taken that are trying to take the health units and the government to court for this shit. So hopefully they win. That's all
Yeah.
I can say. I was like, I can't do anything.
Yep.
Well, that beautiful young lady that was talking on Liberty tonight,
Yep.
I was watching and listening intently until she mentioned that somebody upchucked on her, and then when she mentioned something about, and then she didn't get sick, I was thinking if she was talking that person had the what thing that's everybody's getting the V for, and that this woman did that, I was just like, I don't need to listen to anymore, because the bigger percentage of nurses in all the hospitals never ended up getting it or having any dire consequences from it, and
Mm-hmm.
Right.
lived through it and continued to take care of many, many, many people, supposedly. And I was like, all right, I don't need to hear anymore, because there was just a few little things that I was like, she's still got a little brainwashing in her. So I tried to respect her opinion and everything else, but I just couldn't listen to it anymore.
No, that's what she was saying. That she worked through it and didn't get sick,
Yeah.
even with all of this happening, and she didn't ever get it. And um, that she started one person on a corner in whatever state she's in, and other people started joining her. Hi, Jeff and Heather.
Hello,
Hi.
Jeff and Heather.
Yeah, I'm between my dogs needing a bunch of attention and everything tonight. I didn't get to hear the whole thing, so when she mentioned that, I missed enough of it in order to actually probably get all the positive out of it.
Aw.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I clicked on Liberties at first, and it was like the women's shit. So I'm like, I'm out of here. I don't watch that anymore.
well, she's got a big movement going against the whole thing. So that was
Yeah.
That's cool.
her deal. And then the other guy was the constitutional part of it, fighting against it. And so, yeah, it was pretty good.
It was a pretty good show tonight, I thought.
Did I get in trouble?
No,
For what?
I,
your name's still
'Cause
showing up.
I left early.
I just said goodnight to you and left too. I didn't know you were already up and running. They're wrapping it up, so
Okay. Well, yeah, he was running late, and Dorinda was talking to herself, and I felt bad for her. So I was like, okay, Open it up.
Yeah, well, you have to remember, Bonnie, because it was ladies' night. I was here at 8 o'clock.
That was yesterday.
Ladies' night tonight. It's
Oh,
Friday
wow.
night.
Okay,
TGIF.
well, no, the ladies were on tonight. She was on there earlier tonight.
No,
Well,
It was an
maybe
interview with
maybe I
another
clicked on
lady.
the wrong damn one then.
Not
I
all
was
That
blondes
lies.
look the same. Not all blondes look the same, Dorinda.
No, it was the lady.
I'm
It
just
was
messing
the
with you.
lady.
maybe you were on a wrong channel because
No, maybe I was on the wrong video.
because
Oh yeah, he's on Liberty Warrior Nation 1.
yeah,
He lost 2.
Hi, Rocksteady.
He got taken down.
he got taken down last night,
Oh wow.
so he had to change over. No wonder it sounds like we're talking about two different things.
You were watching the night before. It's funny.
Oh wow.
Hey, I've already been in the comment section on them things where I'm like probably a half hour back in the program because I just ended up falling that far back because of my either a phone problem stalling or the internet stalling and the little circles going around and I don't even realize that I'm like a half hour back in the show later on. And it's like and people are making comments about my comments and like I'm off base or something. I'm like, I guess I was.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's been times when I've had to go in and restart because I can tell I'm at a point. Chat is at a different point than panel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, ladies, I'm stepping down. I have to go to bed. I will see you
Aw.
tomorrow, and I will rewatch the rest of this tomorrow.
Okay.
My
Yep.
love to
Have a great
everybody.
night, hon. Sweet dreams.
I will. I hit that
Love
pillow and
you.
I'm out like a rock.
Right on.
Good night,
Good
folks.
for you. All right. Good night.
Yeah, Liberty's done now, but there's a couple other channels that went live, so I don't know if we'll have any more or not, but that's all right.
You know Robert
Yeah.
and Pappy will be over here in a jiffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was back and forth. I was waiting for Hawk to come on, and I was like, well, Snedeker's on, so I was over on Snedeker, and then Craig was on, so I went up there, and I'm like, isn't that this morning? You guys aren't having a late night big hair thing because you got into it so much, you know? Yeah, it was basically a restream of it.
Yes.
I was like, I don't know if I could live through that much fun twice in a day.
Hey, we're supposed to have fun here too.
What's that?
We're supposed to have fun here too. We don't
Oh,
have to
yeah.
be together.
And she'll have fun, fun, fun till her daddy takes her T-bird away.
There you go. There goes Heather.
See? Last night was so much fun. I had such a
It
blast.
was.
It was. Oh, my goodness. My
There
cheeks
was,
hurt from laughing.
there
Or
was a
smiling.
song I was thinking about earlier. There was a couple of them that I was like, I know Heather knows the words to this. Kumbaya or something like that. It was one of them, and can't remember the other one. It was probably some Girl Scout song.
Hi, Sue.
Hi, Sue.
We had a blast, yes. We had so much fun.
Sorry about that. Oh,
What would you do if I sang out of tune?
how did we get on that?
I don't know. I think I was just in the mood to sing last night or so. Somebody started singing and I was just like, okay, full tilt.
It just happened.
It was time to sing songs around the campfire.
That's right. Time sing
got all
songs around the
sugared up.
campfire, and then we started taking requests.
And you get all sugared up after all them marshmallows, you know. You gotta,
I think it was a little more than marshmallows. Oh, wait. No, that's right. She makes the marshmallow shot glasses.
Yes, I do that. I've been guilty of that. Oh, it was delicious too. I got to tell you, there's something about some Crown XO in a campfire marshmallow. Holy macaroni! It is phenomenal.
oh, really?
Oh my lord, you wouldn't even. Uh, yeah. And I'm not a person with a sweet tooth. I don't really have much of a sweet tooth. But that was seriously the bomb. I mean, it was just the bomb diggity. Roasted marshmallow with Crown inside.
Oh, darn, now I think I want to make that Bloody Mary I talked about earlier today.
Bloody Mary salad.
Yummy. Hi,
The
Pappy.
only
Campfire hot
things I
dog.
have to put in it right now are pickles and shrimp.
Ooh, peanut butter. Chocolate s'mores.
Nah, I probably best not. I have a feeling because I like the hot and spicy, it might not sit too well if I go to bed with that.
Perhaps not.
Yeah, now that I'm getting older, it could be a little finicky. It's been a while since I've had a Bloody Mary. I picked up the stuff about 2 weeks ago and I still haven't had one.
She's just going to sit and think about it for a while.
Yeah, I think it's been about 4 years since I've had one, maybe. About 4 years.
It's been a while.
I don't drink that much anymore.
Yeah, me either. It was years ago I came up with the shot glass marshmallows. Haven't done it again in a while. But
I think it's been like 2 years since I had a beer.
Coming right up, Rocksteady. Peanut butter
I don't
chocolate.
like beer. Well, you can do a reverse s'more. You could buy Hershey's Kisses instead and just burn the marshmallow and pull off the outside skin and then use like graham cracker crust mix and drop a kiss inside there. Oh man, I bet that'd be phenomenal.
I just saw
There's
some.
Robert. Told you he'd be here. There's
I gotta
Pappy.
see what I got in the
Robert.
freezer.
Yes, and so tonight I can fit a bunch of people up here.
Woo!
Last night we didn't have enough room.
I think you may have to put the link out again though.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea.
Oh, I hear you play music in the background.
I found a song that I found a song for Shane. I don't know if
Right
y'all
on.
remember him singing, but
Oh yeah, he's got a good set of pipes on him.
yeah, he does. Turn that on. Okay. There's the link if any of you gentlemen or Sue would like to jump up.
Any of you fine folks like to join us?
Yeah, what was Rocksteady's excuse last night?
He was throwing out the request. Somebody had to be the audience.
Well, that's true too.
Got your back, Rock. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was gonna call you after the show and before dinner, but the show ran longer and then dinner ran later and then other stuff happened and it was just like I'll call her tomorrow. Before I knew it, it was 8:00.
What were we talking about on your show?
Oh gosh, so many different things. We were talking a lot about food.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's when I
Food
was.
led to a whole bunch of different stuff.
It's so
And
hard for me to catch everything when I'm babysitting.
that's probably good because I think we might get the channel taken down after today's show.
Your eyes are bugging, Robert.
Oh, I get it, man.
Yep.
Take a moment, sit down, and meditate on some blue dreams, man. Wasu.
Yeah. We need a Indian drum.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. And an Indian flute. Raina
Hey,
has a
where
pipe pan flute. I really want to make her an Indian flute, but I don't know how to craft one.
I got out my got out my horn today, and it's really hard to blow that darn thing without having teeth anymore.
Uh-huh. Trumpet, cornet, what do you play?
It was a trumpet.
Heather, you already
I
got
miss my trumpet.
I didn't play it in school or anything like that, or learn when I was in school, but I know how to play one. And I don't know, I just picked it up, and I have one, so I tried playing it tonight. The dogs have never heard me pull it out and play it, and the youngest dog that we have here, she was just going crazy. She was like, "Do it by me. Let's play it. I like that. What's that noise?" She was laughing.
I miss my trumpet. I used to have a trumpet and a cornet.
Are you looking at chat, Heather?
I see eyeballs and good day sunshine. I don't know if I know that one.
I'm having a Bahama Mama.
Not sure if I do either. Yeah.
You'd have to sing me a tune. You'd have to sing me a line for me to remember it.
I'm gonna pull it up.
Give me a line, yeah.
I'm gonna cheat.
I don't know if I know it.
Sunshine, good day, sunshine, good day, sunshine. No, I don't remember the rest of the song.
Hey, that's awesome.
fun.
That's probably as far as I might have gotten if I knew that song, but I don't know it. I know Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder.
Right.
Uh-oh.
That's a whole different song, though.
Hey, this would really be a pretty good song, though. I need to laugh, and when the sun is out, I've got something I can laugh about. I feel good in a special way. I'm in love, and it's a sunny day. Good day, sunshine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's look that up. I think I need to put on another pot of coffee.
Paul
There she
McCartney.
was, just a walking down the street, singing,
Singing do a diddy diddy dum diddy do.
I finally got to sing it instead of write it down there in the chat.
I buried my water. There it is.
All right, give me a second. I'll be right back. Actually, give me like 3 minutes or something.
3 minutes. Okay.
I know, but I'm trying to be realistic.
I had these frozen, those like packets that you tear open and they're frozen drinks in the freezer that I've had in there probably for about 2-3 years. I just thought about them. I just opened a Bahama Mama. I was like, I haven't had one of those before I bought them, long time before that, and it's still good.
Yum.
That might help me relax a little bit. I don't know. I think a lot of people are complaining that they're aching and hurting and not feeling so awesome, kind of like they got kicked around a little bit or something. And me and my roommate were like, I just had no energy today. Felt like, yeah, like I really did something physical and overdid it. But I didn't do that. So I think it might be them solar flares or something. I don't know. So a
Maybe.
lot of people were feeling cruddy.
Yeah, there's times when I feel that way. Like, I always think it's just because I stayed up too late. I don't know what it is.
Okay, I'm not going to say I stayed up too late. I'm going to say my dog got me up too early this morning.
There we go.
Been up since 4.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I don't sleep much anyway. But you all already know that. Miss Peachy Parawaw, you got to go outside again.
Yeah, Pappy said he was feeling wiped out too.
It was coming down from the marshmallows at the cookout last night. Too much sugar.
Yeah. Sugar high. Ended up with s'mores today. Had some chocolate to it.
Yeah. I don't know. My dog isn't wanting to go down out to the yard. We have a fenced off area because when we first moved here, the coons were coming up on the deck and we didn't want them around our dogs.
Yes.
And so we have a fenced off area and we put up like a 4-foot fence that, the coons don't really mess with it too much or try to crawl over it. Then I built 2 gates and then a ramp going down into the yard and put some indoor-outdoor carpeting on it. And that way it's not so hard on the dogs. And Judy has a harder time with steps since she got herself out of a wheelchair and worked her way back to walking and everything. She had been paralyzed and everything with her MS and was in a wheelchair for quite a few years.
Wow.
And so we put ramps out here because it's easier for her to do that than to try to lift the one leg up when she goes up the steps, because she also has metal rods in there. When she was a vet,
Yes.
she got kicked by a cow and almost got darn near through the wall of the barn. So
Yeah.
she has metal in her arm and metal in her leg and had a detached toe, and she was
Goodness.
pretty messed up. So she has a little bit of a stumbling problem sometimes. So I tell her I'm supposed to wrap you in bubble wrap. So I chase her with bubble wrap.
That's
She's like,
funny.
no. I told her I'm going to get her a crash helmet too if she doesn't start to be a little more careful.
I'm going to mute just 1 second. Excuse me, y'all.
Yep.
But other than that, I had a real blast this morning too with Craig and them guys doing the big hair music and everything. It's always fun
Yeah,
when they
I was
play
lucky.
when you.
My very
Go ahead.
loving husband let me sleep in until coffee was ready. He loves me. That's how I know he loves me. See, he doesn't have to tell me every day, even though he does. He doesn't have to, because he does stuff like that, and that means so.
Yeah, I totally understand that. Those are far and few between.
Right? Gotta
At least
appreciate the little things. For sure,
I
for
have
sure.
to say, at least that's been my life experience, far and few between.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I looked, but I guess I made bad choices.
Didn't we all at some point? How do we? You don't make good choices until you've made some bad ones. You've had to make some bad choices to learn that there is a difference.
I have to say, I made one really good choice, and I'm the one that messed that up.
Well, we also do that, but it's all about, look where we
Well,
are today. We
we're
wouldn't
still
be where
best
we
of
are
friends.
today if there you
Yeah.
go. And maybe that was more important
Mm-hmm.
for both of you. You never know.
Yeah. It was real difficult because we had kids that were in a similar age group, and his wife had passed away a year before he met me, and he had a girl and a boy, and his daughter was used to being daddy's little girl, and I had two teenage girls that were younger than her. So when around the time she was turning 18 and able to leave home or stay home, there was this conflict between them, and then his son just didn't like me. Period. Didn't matter how nice I was to him or anything. I'd let him use my car. I'd bend over backwards to help him, and
Yeah, but he lost his mom.
yeah, that's exactly.
And
He felt
you
like
remember
the
what it
world
was like
was
when you were a
against him.
teenager, right?
Yeah, I remember when I got my stepmom, and I was like, I'm not trying to be your mom. Nobody can
Yeah.
replace your mom. I know that
And-
feeling.
Yeah, but as a teenager, you only hear part of that.
Yeah. Well, anyhow,
It's
it
strange.
didn't end up working out and stuff like that. And he
Yeah, I
comes
always
over
have to.
and he brings me veggies from his garden and all that stuff. And if I ever
Awesome.
need anything, he's always there for me. If I need a little loan, he's like, no problem, Anna.
Come on, Bubba.
So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we were together 10 years. I was married 10 years, and then him and I were engaged for 10 years.
Just being cautious.
Yeah. But
Everything that happens to us is a reason or a season. Sometimes both. But I think those opportunities allow us to grow.
yeah. Yeah. I'm having a Bahama Mama. Oh, talking to my roommate, telling her I'm having a Bahama Mama.
I'm gonna have some coffee
It's
here
really
pretty
good.
soon. As soon as it boils, and I can drop the basket in.
What were you making?
Coffee.
Oh,
I'm sleepy tonight.
yeah.
I may even get off and go to bed early tonight. I don't know. I was up way too late last night.
We had way too much fun singing, and
Yes, we
And-
were all
Oh
up.
yeah,
it was pretty late.
it was so much fun though. We got to do that again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just not tonight because I'm tired from last night.
Yep.
now.
You guys kept me up all night doing that, so.
And today you were all, I'm ready to do it again. I'm ready to do it again. That's why
I know, and now I'm
S'mores
real tired.
and
S'mores and singing. All right. Well, let me get my coffee in me. We'll see. See if we can take some rest. Because right now I'm like yawning and stuff. I haven't done that much singing in a very long time. I'm surprised I could talk today, honestly. It might all be off key tonight, though, you guys. It just kind of goes that way.
No, I would be. I haven't sang in so long.
I watched something today. Oh, pardon me. This guy he come up with a way to
The tent is calling.
Yeah.
The,
He came up with a way to visually produce sounds. And he was using mantras from, I want to say Hindu, but I'm not sure where. But they're sounds that resonate, right? And there a lot of them are like seed sounds that don't really have a specific meaning, but they line up and tune in your chakras. So he has this tube set up and a piece of rubber on the end with a small mirror. And so in this tube is probably, I want to say, 5 or 6 inches diameter. Um, and so in he says the sound into the tube, and then um, directly in front of the mirror is a laser pointer, right? So that it'll reflect on an image. And then he turns out the lights and he says the sound into the big end, and it reverberates onto the wall and makes a design. And the sound Om, which is like, you'll hear Tibetan monks, and well, you'll hear a lot of people saying Om,
My
Om.
mother does that.
Okay, so he did
It,
Om
it
into
means
this
something.
mantra. It's like cosmic source. and
Mm-hmm.
and you know what reverberated in, like, when he played it back in slow motion, it was making an infinity sign. The frequency vibrated and made an infinity sign. I am not even kidding you.
wow.
And it goes right back to frequency can heal us. There are things that we have the power to use that we don't fully understand, that can heal our mind, our body, and our spirit. You know,
Yep,
and I think that was yeah, that's just amazing.
that is.
I think I want to do it with as a science project with Raina, if we can figure out uh, how to make, maybe I can find a recipe to make your own, like, at home DIY latex or something. You know what I mean? Because you need the rubber piece to reverberate. You don't want it to be hard. You want it to be um, kind of soft but solid. Does that make sense?
I wonder if one of those, well, I'm going to talk like you have one of our stores. Um, at our Ace Hardware, they have this tubing that they just cut off however much you want.
Yeah, we can go and do that too.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
that bit's real easy to get.
Holy
How big
Um,
crud.
of a tube?
you could
Maybe a
just get PVC pipe. You could just get a
rubber
piece of
glove.
PVC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah,
might work, but then you gotta. It'd
like
have
the
to be
latex that
attached
are
in a
not.
way that the mirror can be centered on it for the vibration. Because what you're doing is you're using the laser pointer directly at the mirror to capture an image of the vibration of the sound you make into the tube. That's the science behind it,
Ooh.
Hmm.
and it works. Can
I
can you
need to see
imagine
it.
a more powerful lesson for a child to say, like, um, to have her say certain phrases into this and see what images it produces, and just so we understand how language truly affects us and others and how we are energy. Can you imagine a more powerful lesson for a child than to be able to make, you can make that on your own. You're not gonna, you can get a
Right.
$1 laser pointer from the Dollar Tree and put a piece of duct tape over the button. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yes. We have a science mill and they have all kinds of stuff like that. And um, it's not just made out of, well, I don't know. Some of it may be. It's pretty
I mean,
cool.
yeah, the way he had that set up, I'm pretty confident I could build something like that at home. Uh, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like out of craft stuff, for real. And uh, the only thing is I don't know how the tubing and the length of the tubing affects the frequency. And I think he was doing certain things in like specific notes, on the scale, like in
Yeah.
certain keys,
Yeah.
right? So wouldn't that be an experiment though? Just like you have a kid. Um, Good teachers have kids plant the seeds, and then praise one plant and hate the other one, and watch how they grow differently.
Yeah.
They will grow differently.
And hands on is always better.
Yeah. So I can't imagine I think she would really, really enjoy that experiment. And then to be able to play back and see the actual frequency visualization for certain phrases.
Yep.
That's the best way I can think of to teach a kid not to cuss or
True.
say bad things. Because I bet those pictures, when you say bad things, I bet they're not pretty at all.
Ooh,
Think about
probably
that.
not.
Okay.
Because frequency, energy, vibration, they all tie together,
Yeah.
right?
It'd be the negative energy
Right. With those baser
in up
things,
there.
like if you said, like, I'm jealous,
Hmm.
right? Even the tone that you naturally use saying that is kind of ugly, right?
Yeah.
Just like, just like the feeling, it's kind of ugly. It's so interesting to me. When I seen that, you don't understand, Bonnie. I was so tickled because as a homeschooler, it's
Yes.
sometimes very hard to not uh, to find new ways to teach her things that are outside the scope of regular schooling. You know,
Hmm.
they don't teach any kind of spirituality or being in tune in school. They teach them to be little robot workers, little robot ants. Like get in line, do your job, and maybe you'll have a good life, retire, and die.
Yep.
It's the indoctrination bit, and I just want her to be a free thinker, but I also want her to understand that there's so much more. I don't want her to be left in the dark on that. You know
And don't
Being
own
able
your
to
own
think
business.
outside the box.
exactly. And not to accept what somebody else says just because a million people say it doesn't make them all right. It just means that that's what somebody else told them. I'm
Yep.
sorry. I want her to be able to be confident in coming up with her own ideas and testing those ideas.
How
You
you like
know,
your girl? That's what we'll
You
have
I
to
know,
do.
I
We
gotta
have to,
check my water and make my coffee basket up. I'll be right
we'll have
back.
to get Bella and them up here to sing tonight.
that's like to my ex-father-in-law used to tell me the maple syrup runs down out of the tree. And I mean, I can understand that gravity would cause whatever moisture is in the tree possibly to come down when the tree thaws out in the spring when you're making maple syrup, right? When
Hmm.
you want to drip that sap out of the tree. Well, that moisture has to come from somewhere, and we know that it brings it up through the roots. So when the tree heats up with the sun, it draws that up. Well, I tried to prove that to him. He argued that point with me so many times, and I'm like, look, we just cut this tree down over here. Now watch on that stump. I said, that's the sap coming up through the stump, but that's where it's sucking it up, the water up from the ground, and that's coming up where we cut that tree off. That part's still alive down there.
Hey, Chuck.
And he he was fascinated that this young lady was able to show him that because he had never observed that in all of his years, even though he had cut down many, many trees, he never observed it.
That's cool. I had a maple tree. I wanted a maple tree so bad because they change color. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we don't see, we usually don't see fall colors. For some reason this year we're seeing fall colors. But I had it for like, I don't know, years, 6, 7 years, and it just fell over dead one day. It's kind
Really?
of weird. Yeah.
Um,
And the
well,
leaves
around
here.
where I'm at, they have some diseases that are going around through certain trees, and I've kind of forgotten what ones, but we also have like the emerald ash borer and all these different things that cause problems with different trees. And I know that we were having some issues where what they call the rain line is, where the circumference around the tree from where the water sheds off in the leaves, if a tree has this one certain disease, and I think it's maple trees, and some of the maple trees are more susceptible to it, you have to cut those trees out of there and try not to ever let that water runoff get over towards the other trees. So you have to like cut out a certain range around these trees so that that never gets to the other trees in order to cause that disease.
Well, that makes
It's
sense.
really,
And that was
uh,
about the time we were having a problem with the oak wilt around here. And I don't know if that would affect the maple, but maybe.
Tell Shane he doesn't hear singing because we don't have his beautiful velvety pipes up here.
Is he here?
do you have any farmers fields near you?
Oops. Somebody's wanting in and I'm walked away. Do I have any what?
Farmers fields or anything that they might have been doing
Hmm,
any spraying around you?
sorry, Chuck. No.
It's okay. How's everybody going?
Hi,
Good,
good.
good Lord. I've got toys all over the living room.
Hello, Mr. Phelps.
What's up, Shane? Hey, North Carolina girl.
Hey, we started out with singing. Shane, you already missed the beginning.
Where do y'all see Shane? Up there he is.
Hey, everybody.
I hear the train a coming.
I don't know if that would be good or bad. I mean, it's kind of cool hearing a train, but you get it pretty frequent, don't you?
You
Yeah, I
get
don't
used
ever
to it.
notice it till somebody else says something.
Well,
What's
Or you,
sad is there's people that live over there. There's a street that runs between the tracks and some old houses in this town. And it's like, you remember when they used to run the train tracks right through the edge of town? One side would be buildings and stores and stuff, and the other side would be houses. And well, they're anywhere. Their front yard's probably 25 feet from the road. And then the road, then you got a ditch in the tracks. I wouldn't want to live over there. I imagine they come through there. You could probably
They
scram
probably don't
away.
keep a china cabinet set up.
Yeah, if you had fucking chicken, excuse my French, if you had chickens there, I bet you they lay eggs scrambled already.
I lived about 75 yards from railroad tracks, and up here when the ground freezes, that ground vibrates and it makes that much more noise, when the train goes by. And I would have necklaces hanging on hooks on the wall, and then like some beaded stuff on the mirror of my dresser. And then you could hear, if you didn't keep the glasses spaced, everything would start going. And it would keep like a rhythm as everything would vibrate. And the closer the train got, the harder things would swing. And the necklaces would go ting, 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 ting.
Yeah, I'm probably 800 to 1,000 feet away. It's south of me.
Do you find that you have to push things back on the
Hi,
shelves once
Lisa.
in a while?
No, I don't even. I can't. I can feel certain if they have really, really heavy cars come through. I don't feel it otherwise. But they got oil field work going on around here, and they got like water haulers and sand haulers, and there's certain places in the road if they hit their Jake brake or brake hard or whatever, it'll rattle my windows here. My house is 101 years old, so it's got them old weighted windows with the weights in the walls. And I've had them bumped so hard enough around here. I've heard them wall weights rattle. It's 75 about 500 feet up the road. It turns 75, but it's 40 in front of the house. And I bet some of them trucks are doing 80 coming down through here before they get to the track.
11:11.
Yes, I did not have to put a quarter in the bed. It was vibrating in the winter.
You have a vibrating bed?
It was because we lived by the train tracks. Clickety, clickety, clickety. You could hear the, I mean,
I think he's kind of meaning to like make
Yeah, I
a
know.
the washer to spin cycle thing.
Hey.
Yeah.
I thought you were leaving. You're not supposed to hear my conversation. Laura walked in here. What?
Educations.
All in all, we're just another brick in the wall.
That wall needs to just
Walk in and
we
tell
need
you no.
sledgehammer.
Walk in and tell you no bueno, huh, Bonnie?
I'm sorry.
Get somebody walk in and tell you no bueno on your conversation.
Yeah. My daughter. And Shane said hello. Hi, Dad.
Did she say hi, Dad?
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Well, Shane, I sure hope you're feeling a lot better here lately. Maybe
Me
leveling
too.
out.
Well, he's in chat. That's a step forward. I think you already told him that, honey.
See if Shane wants to come up here. We won't put him on the spot. Oh, I forgot to put it up.
I haven't seen him since Halloween. That was a crazy night, too. Yeah. Shane, Laura wants you to come to the resort. She'll give you the family discount.
Twist the top off, stuck my fucking finger in it, and shot a bunch of water in my face.
What the hell did you do that for?
What?
I didn't try to.
Like my son stuck his finger in a water bottle and it squirted him in the face.
I was just picking on you, man.
I had a brand new car.
Laura, what's the name?
Went through the drive-through for my kids at a Dairy Queen. I got myself a cherry slushy. The lady didn't have the cap on it tight. When I grabbed it and it brought it into the car, I bumped my elbow and it squeezed it just enough that the top popped off. My whole car, me and my white outfit, got full of sticky cherry slush.
You and the sticky stuff. I bet the ants just adore you. That's why you like frogs. Now I get it.
That was
Maybe
one of them,
that's
oh
why
yeah,
all the
Kool-Aid.
animals are all attracted to me.
That was them, oh yeah, Kool-Aid moments, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
My old hangover cure, when I used to drink a lot, would always be a cherry slush, and then I would have my 7-Up alongside it. When I ran out of all the juicy stuff and it was just ice, I would pour my 7-Up in there and have a cherry 7-Up.
Mine was
That's the best way to have a cherry 7-Up.
go to
With a little
Subway
bit
and
of
get a
merch.
meatball sub and get a quart of milk. That was a hangover cure.
Oh.
Resort.
If it stayed down, it cured you, and if it come up, it cured you.
Either way, huh?
Yeah. Buddy of mine I grew up with, he used to eat peanut butter and pickle sandwiches for a hangover. He said the same thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I can
imagine
answer,
that.
Shane. It's Welcome to the Hotel California. There you go, your first campfire song. Oh, I was waiting for you to answer him before I broke that out. I've been holding that in.
Please be careful. I love you. Bye. Really spicy food is awesome. Yes, it is. Laura's a good cook too. With Mexican food.
You ain't living in South Texas. If you can't cook Mexican food, is it Tex-Mex or actual Mexican?
She does actual Mexican. I do Tex-Mex.
I like both. Prefer Mexican. I love me some chili relleno.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh.
Food.
Hello.
Hi, Shane. I should say,
How's everybody doing?
Captain.
What's going on, bud?
Hi, Shane.
Another day in paradise.
I heard that.
Everybody's kind of slow moving tonight because they overdid it last night over here.
You know, she kept us up past our bedtime, made me sing all night. I didn't even get tips. Or tipsy.
The only time I get a tip is usually shut the hell up. That's a pretty good tip for me.
You get to be our age.
Sometimes I just take that as loose advice.
Do what?
Sometimes I just take that as loose advice.
Oh.
Get
What
to
was
be
you
our
saying,
age.
Chuck?
Get to be our age, most tips are from a doctor and they suck.
Oh, I know that shit's right. I don't like going to them. They give me lots of shit I don't like to take.
I had to quit going because they kept wanting to put me on pain pills and stuff. He ain't cutting on me, so he might as well quit giving to me and I just deal with it.
There you go. I can deal with pain.
I mean, too. It took me a week to get over the pills, but
Oh, yeah. So where in the hell is this Carter Creek Winery and Resort? And what the hell is it?
I will send you a link. And you can look it up.
Is it like an adult Wolf Creek Lodge or something?
No.
Huh.
It's well, I don't even know how to explain it, Shane. But you'll see the most beautiful sunset ever up on that hill.
Really?
And it probably has rooms.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that
It
would be good. It is getting a little nipply outside.
Yeah.
has a pool.
It can't all be hammocks and sunshine in Texas.
Well, I know that's right.
I'll be right back.
Bella.
I remember Southwest Texas one time down there, and it was the middle of summertime. It was like 120 degrees a day, and we were out there that night, and there was frost on the windshield.
Yep.
That's a big shocker to your system.
Yeah.
So, where's this place located at?
Um.
A
Have you heard
city
of
would be fine.
Have you heard of Fredericksburg?
Yes, I have. Okay.
It's east of Fredericksburg.
Okay. Up in the hills, huh?
Yes.
Well,
Isn't
I
that
think
part of
I'm
the
gonna
isn't
be
that part of the
slipping out
Arbuckle
here.
Mountains down there?
Part of the what?
Arbuckle Mountains?
No,
That- That ain't Split Hills? Okay.
we don't have any mountains.
Well, we don't really either, but they call them Arbuckle Mountains. It's down there by Ardmore in southeast Oklahoma. They call it Arbuckle Mountains. It's more like Arbuckle Molehills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one the turnpike runs north and south through?
There's I-35 that runs down there beside it. I know. I don't know about a turnpike. I know they still got wild Mustangs that run loose there and wild horses, and it's pretty cool.
Huh.
Well, I'm gonna slip out of here, you guys.
I want to know where that is.
I
I'll
might
see you
be in
later,
chat
Annette.
for a while, so I'll talk to you
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, I'm not staying long either. It's getting up to my bedtime.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stay open very late.
Especially doctors slowing you down. Life's kind of boring, ain't it?
What's that now?
With the doctor slowing you down and taking stuff away from it, gets kind of boring being up late, don't it?
Yeah, I could go back to drinking beer because that wouldn't affect me too much, but I just haven't. Every once in a while, I squeeze in a soda pop. But other than that, it's been pretty good. Other than my smoking.
If I disappear, I'll be right back.
You look a lot better, like you got some color back.
After these messages,
Yeah, a little bit.
we'll be right back.
Well, don't be long, because I'm going to be on here about 8 more minutes, and I'm out. I got a long
TikTok
day
now,
tomorrow.
TikTok.
Yeah, I
Get to
got
it, woman. He wants a sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh. No.
Well, you look good. You look like you're feeling better, and that's nice to see.
Most of the time I do. Every once in a while I get a little dizzy, but I'll check my blood pressure and it seems to be okay. But other than that, I'm pretty good. But I've been overdoing it the last couple of days. I've been remodeling one of my bathrooms with my guys and get in there and get overdoing it and have to come in here and take a breather.
Yeah. See, and that would be, to me, an appropriate use of cuss words. I'd say with every cuss word, I am losing 10 points on my blood pressure. Yeah.
Well, I get it. I'm trying to get some exercise, so I go in there and help. There's plenty of people around in case I have issues. So I've been trying to get me some exercise to get me built back up like I was, so I can get back out and do the things I was. So
Right on. Well, all that, even muscle memory, does take a little bit of time to rebuild. So don't beat yourself up.
Well, I took about 3 years off, didn't do a damn thing, just told the guys what to do and sat here and did nothing but research. And that probably didn't help a lot.
I know.
Drinking 12 to 18
I remember
beers.
El Jefe.
Oh, yeah.
I think we all got stuck in that.
Yeah,
A
I
little
drank a
bit.
lot of beer and just sat here and smoked a lot of cigarettes. Didn't do a whole hell of a lot. Had someone come over and clean the house. Half time I'd have them come over and cook, and I'd sit here and watch them while I was doing research. So I got pretty lazy there for a while. That's a lot of fun, but I tell you what, it sure can run your body down in a hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
47 years of busting my ass. I thought I could last longer than 3 years of doing nothing, but boy, I was wrong.
Be careful.
We underestimate until we stop.
That's it. And I tell you
It's
what, it
that
takes a lot more to get
principle of
back in
motion.
shape than it does to lose it.
Yeah. But it's the principles of motion. An
Yep.
object in motion stays in motion, right? Once
For the
you
most
stop
part.
that forward progression,
Yeah.
you're not even a pendulum anymore.
No, it's usually a face plant.
Right. For me, it's that brick wall.
Well, mine was a cement floor, so same sudden stop either way.
They
Yeah,
ever
we've
say
just
exactly what it was, Shane?
What's that?
What caused it? Was exactly what it was, or
Well, it's just my blood pressure just skyrocketed. The time before that, when I hit the floor, it's because I got hung up on water and drowned, and I hit the floor so hard it knocked the water out of my lungs and knocked out all my front teeth on the top. Broke
Oh
my
my
nose,
goodness.
screwed up my wrist. So I reset my nose while I was sitting here cleaning myself up, reset my wrist. Couldn't reset my teeth, so I just finished pulling them out, threw them in the trash, come back over, sit down, and drink a beer. What do you do?
yeah.
You're tough.
It never did hurt. On my teeth, it never did hurt. Knocked them smooth out, roots and all. Broke a few off, but never did hurt. Hurt my pride more than anything, I think.
Yeah, the ego's so easily bruised.
Boy, that did. It bruised for a long time after that. That's
Well,
6 or 7 months ago when I did that.
I'm not gonna kid you. If that were me, I'd have gotten up and said, "Son of a bitch, did you see that floor jump up and smack me in the face?"
Oh, I said a few choice words for sure.
Sorry for the
No.
French, but that's probably what I would have said.
Well, no one was here but me, so I didn't have many people to talk to. So I sure give myself a good cussing.
Yeah, at least when there are
I'm a
witnesses,
baby.
you can make a good joke, right?
Well, my brother, he's pretty good. He's usually around. He makes plenty of jokes for both of us.
Keep me mean.
So when you all going down to this winery and resort?
Well, that's where the girls work.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So they're always there.
Cool. I may just have to
Except
pop
for
in
that-
one day.
Except for that one day that you make a reservation and didn't check to see if they were working.
Yeah, that's my luck. Drive all the way down there and there's no, everybody's off that day.
Or they just left.
Yeah, they just left. That's usually my deal.
You have my number.
What's that?
You have my number.
Yes, I do.
If you show up, I better know.
Well, usually if I go that far away from home, I usually stay several days just because, recoup
More
from the
cost
drive.
effective.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, and if I'm going to go
And
that far, if it's any good, then I'm going to stay a couple days and enjoy everything they have to offer,
Heck yeah.
Yes. And
No sense
there's
just driving down there and looking around, driving off.
Drive
Right.
a little further, and you can take some pictures of container fence or container wall.
Yeah, I could probably sell them some containers.
One high will stop people walking, but I think they ought to go as high as the fence with them, weld them together and weld them to the fence until they get ready to put it up.
Well, like I said, Anything to deter them, slow them down. Yeah, they can climb it, but if they're using them 9.5 footers, that's kind of hard to climb a slick wall, 9.5 foot tall.
Yeah, nothing.
But, you can ladder people over that. But when they got razor wire stretched across the top of that, that's going to make it a little more difficult.
Yes.
But it's just something to slow them down. No wall is ever going to work 100%.
No.
It's just to
Very
slow them
good.
down enough to where they can get
They
some
can't
help down
mass
there.
migrate.
Right. It just slows them down, just so they can
Yeah.
get some people down there to control it.
One of the oldest military strategies in the world is to make them funnel.
Yeah,
Make them funnel.
Bottleneck.
Yep.
They've been using that since days of Caesar.
Did you see
It's
them
worked.
overcome the Mexican National Guard again yesterday?
No, I didn't hear that. Where was that at?
It started with a C. Do
I
you
know
watch?
one of them was.
Do you watch Oscar L. Blue?
No, I don't. I have before, but I don't, not religiously.
He's the one. He's following the caravan and
Yeah, he's the
filming.
one that was filming all the ones taking the plane loads of people back down into Guatemala and Panama and down there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the same one screaming war?
No, that's the other people. He's not really screaming war. He's just more filming it.
Documenting it.
Yeah, he's documenting it. Hey, that guy we had on our channel the other night, Frank,
Yeah.
a week or two ago on Friday night. Them two talk a lot, almost every day.
Oh, nice.
So we need to get a
That
hold
was
of
a
Frank.
great interview. And I
down
thought
there.
tonight was really good too. I liked
tonight was awesome.
Yeah.
Mike's trying to throw me in there. I said, shit, them boys make me look dumb. I can just show up. I'll look dumb. So I got to freshen up on everything I know again.
Well, yesterday was Tanala, if I'm saying that correctly. Probably not.
Yesterday was what?
Tanala, something like
Camel
that.
toe?
And today was.
Oh, were we not supposed to say that?
No, this was yesterday too. It's Chiapas. Chiapas? Yeah. I have no idea.
Huh.
And I'm not even going to try the other word. It looks like PE Japan. I don't know what it is.
Is that drug lord they popped?
No, this is them overtaking the National Guard. The National Guard keeps trying to stop them, and they just keep ramming through them.
It's one of the territories in South Mexico.
Yeah.
If they show a little hate to them, they'll stop.
I'll just show them a little lead. Fresh lead usually slows them down.
That's what I was meaning by hate. But
well, I hate to spread hate and discontent, but I don't mind showing a little lead.
I was wondering why they weren't shooting something at them. Rubber bullets.
Yeah, some non-lethals.
Yeah, like they do in Capitol. CP up there.
stop it!
I don't know.
Better behave.
Everybody's dogs going on.
German Shepherds arguing with each other. One has food and the other one don't. He ate his and he'll sit over it and gloat over his food.
Oh, I got to see this.
Gigi told me she was doing good. She's just been busy. Took down the gazebo. Yeah, I think the yellow jacket mess would be pretty good too, Pappy.
A big deterrent would be a couple of human scarecrows too, but that's kind of evil. But so is
Sorry about
10,000 people charging in too.
Yes.
I don't want to hurt nobody, but I don't want to expect us to be hurt being nice.
Wow.
Are you in trouble?
No, Mike sent me a text that over on Penny Station, he's got supposedly Michael Jackson or somebody on there with him visiting.
I heard they were trying to redeem themselves tonight.
Yeah, Michael Jackson or Tupac is on Mike Penny right now. I went over there and it says negative 48, or it says negative on there, and there's somebody talking, or you can see from here up. So, come on, if you're going to do it right, show their face. It's another friggin' hoax.
Yeah,
These people are burying themselves.
that's sad.
Well, they were marketing strategists before they became frogs. So
Yeah, Mike worked for a firm.
he trained Doug.
To what? Jump lily pads?
See which one get a bigger beer gut. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure they could squat on lily pads pretty good. If it'll hold them up. There got to be some big lily pads.
Yeah.
I like they call them yachts.
Dude, did you see that Jimmy Kimmel actually did a hit piece on him?
On
I
who?
shit you not. On Mike Penny.
Well, I know old Phil Godlowski's got it. He says you either apologize or I'm going to guarantee your channel will never be seen again.
Oh, wow.
And Phil's got some pull. Hey, I don't know what happened. I know he was under arrest for a while and was on house arrest, and there's so many rumors. I don't know, and I don't care. If the information makes sense, I don't mind where it comes from. Everybody screws up in their life.
Yep.
But so I just listen to the information. I don't take a name and put with the information. I just take the information. Is it credible? Is it something I can go find to research? I don't care who puts it out.
Here's my thing about it is we know that some people intentionally have put out disinformation, right? For whatever reason. I'm not here to judge them. But my point is that this has happened repeatedly in the past when there is an idea that they want us to ridicule and make ridiculous so that nobody else can believe it. I'm not saying he's telling the truth. What I'm saying is he says he represents part of a truth seeker movement of patriots, right? And so if they take the ridiculous ones and make a mockery of them, then everybody else who actually is telling the truth gets lumped in with them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're all conspiracy theorists. And I always tell them, they say, you're a conspiracy theorist. I said, no, I'm a conspiracy therapist. I'll give you the facts. Or I won't say nothing.
As I tell me, it depends on how many months it's been. And any of that pedophile stuff, once the accusation's out there, don't matter if you're guilty or not, it's almost impossible to disprove in the eyes of the public.
Yeah,
Oh, I know. And even if he took a plea of that, you know how crooked our system is. You could have got pulled over for not having a gun license, but it's a lesser plea, and we won't give you no jail time if you'll take this. You know how they do it. They're crooked.
Yeah.
I'm taking a plea guilty for something I didn't do just because I could walk away and get the hell away from it. No fines, nothing.
It is
But I
a
was on,
legal system, not a justice system.
it's an
It is
illegal
mistakenly
system.
labeled. Well, it is intentionally mislabeled to mislead the public.
But they
So
can put
most,
a mark on you. They've done their job and give them their
Yeah.
$40. That's all they care. Give them their money. That's all them. That's all these little court systems want. Just give them their damn money and go on.
yep.
I should have
Go
got a
Vic.
DWI in the 80s, but instead the cop said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to cut you some slack. It's still a moving violation. I'm going to get you for doing 80 and a 60. Like, okay, it was a hell of a ticket, but it wasn't a DWI.
Right.
So what was the event anyway in Dallas?
Who in
Because
the
it,
hell knows? I still don't know.
It was a Mick Jagger concert or something, but
Yeah,
they
there
were
was
all,
one of those.
and they were supposed to dance them down the road where Kennedy went through, and all these dead folks are going to rise up and go down through there, and all these people paraded up and down waiting for them. It never happened.
And the
Right.
funny thing is, they did it over Halloween and the next day. So, hell yeah, everybody's dressed up as somebody else. Yeah, you're going to see all kinds of people. So, did
Yeah.
Mike Penny lie? Yes and no. He probably seen them people, but they weren't the real people, and he knew that damn good and well. Supposedly tonight they're having this, and tomorrow they're having this big something about the children to do, and they're telling. Mike Penny was telling. I watched a minute ago. He was telling RSBN and OAN and all, Fox, all of them need to be down there if they want to get a interview. And I think it was with Negative 48 or somebody. I'm like, yeah, like these people are going to listen to this character.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that guy screwed up like a soup sandwich.
Him and ML, and someone called ML. They said ML is one of the biggest liars on the market today. And then they was cussing Mike Penny for taking all that money and all them donations for going down to Dallas, spending 3-4 days in a luxury motel, eating and whining and dining on them. And then they didn't, nothing comes out of it. So they just calling him a fraud and they want their money back. They're going to turn him in for a
Oh
fraud.
no, they knew what they were investing in.
You know what Mike Penny did? Instead of saying, hey, I'm sorry, this is the information we give you, and I'm sorry it didn't pan out. So, no, you know what he did? He told ML, he says, just delete them. We're not going to tolerate that.
Oh my
wow.
Lord, have mercy.
That's his
No wonder
own
people. That's why. Yeah, well, that's why people were coming down on him then.
Out
Yeah.
of sight, out of mind. Huh?
There's 7,000 people watching him right now. Earlier when I watched him, it was 4,000. And usually by now, he's got, 20, 30,000. By morning, he'll have 100,000 people. Pretty sure he may not make if he makes 100,000, I'll be shocked. But I bet he's lost 30,000 people at least.
Are we back to any press is good press?
I don't know. Depressed maybe is good press.
It is easier to con folks than it is to convince folks they've been conned.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a lot of people out there looking for intel, and they'll believe anything if you keep putting it out. But how many times you move the goalpost and they still follow you? If me and Mike was
Right off
trying
the
to do
cliff.
that, we could probably have 100,000 people a night, but we don't want to do that. I'd rather have a good sturdy base that's going to come back to us because I know we're not going to try to mislead them. We just try to give them what we've seen, what we read, and what our opinions are. Period. We don't try to bullshit nobody. I mean, the truth's out there. They're going to come back and find out. Then you're going to be the laughing stock, or they're going to shoot you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
That was
thing
a good
about it too, when
story.
you offer that out, it's like, okay, we've seen this, this, and this, and this is where we've seen it. That don't mean you wrote it. That don't mean how it is. It's just if you want to look at it, here it is. That's what y'all do. And
Yeah, we tell them, hey, go look at it for yourself. Here's where we found it. This is what it's called. We put it out there. So, they can't blame us. They can do the same damn thing. It's just people are lazy. They won't. So they come
They
to us.
want somebody to follow off of a cliff because it is what they are accustomed to and comfortable with. And people who are accustomed to things and comfortable with things will inevitably have a very hard time letting go of said things.
it's like Jeff B getting beat up over devolution. The guy wanted to know where it was, where it is, how he find it, what paragraph, what line, how many words into the line, and then it's like finally he just left.
Just type it in. Just type it into your, don't go to your YouTube and type it in. Well, you could. But if you want your information, just go to DuckDuckGo, go to Google, go anywhere and just type in devolution.
Yep.
Hell, it'll explain exactly what it is. It's basically just the continuity of government. If everything goes to shit, there's got to be some rule of law that keeps government operating, some kind of system of normalcy so people don't go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or whatever you call it.
It's like, I'm sorry, it's 5,000 words, but the words are in there you need to read.
If they want to know what's in there, yeah, don't wait for me to tell you. I'm just going to skim through it and tell you exactly with the highlights of it, and I'm going to go on.
Right.
I am not here to read to people. I'm sorry.
And if people are researching, you need at least 3 sources. You don't just pick up a book. Oh, this is the way it is. This is what this book says. They know it all.
Yeah,
But,
one book
you know,
is made by man. 2 books that say about the same thing but written by people that hate each other is always good. But finding that third source sometimes is a bitch.
Hey,
If I can find at least 2, I'm okay. I'll put it out there. This is what I heard. This is what I read, and this is why I read it.
Yeah.
But that third person is a bitch to find because
you can pull up a bill and read it straight, quote, line by line. You can read that sucker to them, and they will still say, but it doesn't mean that.
everybody's going to take it different, and that's why there's definitions of every word out there. Do not go to Wikipedia because they change words all the time. But anything that has to do with government, you can go to Black's Law Dictionary. You can download it right off the internet for free. It'll tell you the definition of even the word citizen.
Yeah.
Look it up. It ain't what people think. That's like driver. You were driving 85. No, I wasn't. Because a driver means you work for the federal government.
Yeah.
You're traveling. There's a difference. You was behind the wheel steering that car, you're driving. No, that is a misconception. Look up the constitutional definition. Or it's actually the House of Congress, there was no definition for driver. And when they made the definition for it, that is the legal term now because it was never a definition for it. And it's the same way with citizen. Citizen is you work for the federal government. That's what citizen means. People think, well, I'm a citizen.
No,
Okay.
You've been fooled. Just like they're trying to make everybody believe that we have a democracy. This is not a democracy.
It's a Republican. This is a republic if we can keep it.
Yes.
And the driver thing, has to fall under what's that free travel stuff, right?
Yes, you can fall on that, and you can go to Hale versus Hinkle, 201 U.S. 43 at 89. That is Hale versus Hinkle. That's the right to travel. And it's the same thing as a gun law, the Second Amendment, with no encumbrances. In other words, no restrictions whatsoever. You have the right to go anywhere you want with no restrictions. Now, that doesn't mean you can go jump on a plane and take a free ride. No, because that is a entity that owns it. Now, you can get in a horse-drawn carriage or a motorized or electric vehicle and go anywhere you want in the United States by law with no insurance, no driver's license, and no tag. Here's where people get in trouble. If you go down that path and you have a tag on your car, you've already said that you follow the laws of the government. In other words, they can nail your ass for no insurance and no driver's license.
Right.
So there's ways that if you're going to do it, you better be prepared that you're going to get in some arguments, but you better have your facts to back you.
Yeah, I ran into a guy in Shreveport that did that. He had a paper wrote down what clause it was under, his right to travel. For his inspection sticker, he had it, and the thing said for insurance, he had another clause on there. The cops come up because he was loitering and said something. They seen who it was. I was talking to him and asked him, don't they bother you about it? He goes, no, as soon as they figure out who I am, they leave me alone. And it was at a Circle K, and he walked up and seen who it was. When he turned around, and the cop stuck his hands up and goes, well, I'm not dealing with you. They got in the car and left.
Yeah, because they're going to lose. They're going to lose. Only time. Here's the thing: you're going to get to some of these cops, and they're going to think they know more than you, and you may go to jail, but you can beat it because it's been fought in the U.S. Supreme Court over 1,600 times and has been upheld. Hale versus Finkel has, and that was from 1906 is when that was originated. That was the first case.
Yeah,
It's good to know laws.
Yes. Because I almost went to jail because all of that was expired. Insurance, tags, driver's license, all at the same time.
Yeah, and if it's on your car, that means that you follow the federal government rules and regulations. In other words, they can nail your ass.
So
But if none of that's on your car, you may go to jail, but you just fight it. And as long as you know your facts, they'll have to throw it out because they have to go by the Constitution.
So do
Yep.
you. Mhm.
That's why they was trying to fight. Well, you couldn't have more than 15 in a clip on a gun, and that got shot down by the Supreme Court because it says no encumbrances. In other words, no restrictions. You can't restrict.
Yep.
Oh, you can have a gun, but you can't have bullets. Well, that's bullshit. That's restrictions.
Yep.
By the way it reads, we should be allowed everything they have. Like Biden says, well, we got F-15s and nukes. That means we should be allowed to have them also. But
No, they don't. We do. We paid for them, not him.
yeah,
And I guarantee the military has to back them crooked sons of bitches or their friends and family that live here in the real world. Who do you think they're going to go with? Now, you're going to have a few. You're going to have a few that go with them, but not as many as it's going to come back home.
Yeah.
There ain't nobody that's going to go out there and shoot your own family.
no.
And if they are, they probably don't need to be in the military.
Nope. Crazy.
Law
Yep.
enforcement and military is supposed to be for our protection. So
Yeah, that's why a sheriff's department is supposed to be there. It's supposed to be there to protect the people from a tyrannical government. Same way with the military militias, to protect the people from a tyrannical government.
I think a sheriff's the only one that can arrest a governor, ain't it?
A sheriff can arrest any son of a bitch that comes into town. He can arrest federal agents. He can arrest U.S. Marshals. Wait, he can detain a U.S. Marshal. He can't arrest them. But a federal agent, IRS, he can arrest them, throw their ass in jail. Then when they release them, said don't come back again, and they can't come back.
I think a constable's right under a sheriff, isn't he?
Well, constable and sheriff's basically the same thing, depending on what state you're in. Like in Texas, a constable has the same. He's kind of a city cop, but he's also a county cop. So in other words, he has reign over both. So he's basically a sheriff, yes. And there's one right down here south of me, about 30 miles. It's pretty crooked, a constable.
Yeah, we've had a few.
Yeah, they get a big head.
Our sheriff said none of that mess is happening in his county.
Yep. Yep, and that's
Hey,
how.
I love you guys, but I'm going to get off. I'm going to head to bed.
Yeah, I'm fixing to get out of here myself. It's damn near 11.
Well, I had a great time. Thank you, Bonnie, for having me.
You
Bye, everybody in chat. Good night, all.
Take care.
Night, Shane. Night, Chuck.
See you, Heather.
Good night, Heather.
Out of popping out of water. I guess I can open another bottle, but I think I'm done. I think I need to get to bed. I'm tired.
All right.
Good talking with you, Shane.
You too, Chuck. You too. So anyway, guys, y'all are on tomorrow night. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can pop on for a little bit.
That'd be awesome.
It's kind of more relaxing over here. I ain't got all that craziness.
It can get hectic over there, yes. Well, there's times it gets real hectic, but it can be a lot of fun though too.
Yes. We did have fun last night. Chat was having fun. We were having fun. It was good.
Yeah.
I got pissed off way back when Jeff B first coming out. I thought he was literally honestly picking on you, and he pissed me off. Heather and Bonnie and all them had to calm me down. No, they're just playing. That's just their act.
Oh, he gives me a razz of shit every time, and I just giggle.
He does that with everybody.
Yeah, he says if he likes you, he jacks with you, and he must love me.
Leave us on the porch a bitch alone, huh?
Yeah, any morning he's gonna be asking me to move in. I'm gonna have to tell him to back up a little bit. I don't play that way. Anyway, yeah.
A lot of
Now
them Navy, a lot of them Navy guys got them weird quirks like that, and a lot of military in general, but Navies are real weird. I got a buddy of mine's an older brother. He's Navy, and you listen to him talk, he sounds just like Jeff.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Like I said, and Jeff, he gets upset with me because a lot of things he says that I don't even have to look up that I can tell. I know a lot what he talks about. Now, some of the continuity of government, he's got me on big time. But when it comes to general knowledge of, I can compete with him, and sometimes I think that kind of gets in his crawl a little bit. But hey, I'm part of the panel, so I get an opinion too.
I noticed that Devil Dog too. Devil Dog kind of gets under his skin a little bit.
Devil Dog's one sharp SOB.
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Him and John Esterbrook too.
Yep.
Well, so are you. Mike would be kind of lost without a few of you.
Oh yeah.
Well, Mike's want me on the panel next time we do this Constitution crap. And I told Mike after the show, I said, I'm gonna have to do some brush up because these just me showing up, I'm gonna look dumb. These boys are smart. They got me by 10-fold, but I can compete. I can ask smart questions, and that eludes me from having to answer anything.
Yeah, a bunch of
I'll
boys
ask them.
They know them loopholes through all that shit, don't they?
Boy, well, they know it frontwards and backwards. That's not a loophole. They're actually reading verbatim. So, and we call it loopholes, but all it is misunderstanding on our part.
Yeah.
They're reading it for what it is, not what we've been told it's supposed to say.
We get told somebody else's interpretation of it, what actually facts are.
Yeah. The government tells us what it says, and we go, okay. Yeah, no, that's not how it works. These boys read it verbatim, so they're sharp. I love it. I absorb that shit. I'm like a sponge. So
yeah, quite a few websites I locked down that Devil Dogs told me about.
I like old Devil Dog. I like him. I like me and him could sit down and have a conversation for hours.
Yeah, he's kind of blunt. When stuff gets kind of weird, he just leaves. He's like, I'm not going to get confrontational. Basically, the way he looks at it is when you argue with an ignorant person, you end up dropping down to their level, and then they kick your ass with experience.
That's it. That's it. All right, hon, I'm going to get out of here, Bunny. And Chuck, it's nice visiting with you. And y'all have a good evening.
You too, bud. Take care.
You too,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See you, Bunny.
Thanks for coming up.
Not a problem, girl.
Good night.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Good night, Robert.
Night, Robert. Who's left? Lisa?
How
Happy?
many we got left in here? 4? Is that including us?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's been a long day for everybody.
Yeah, I got up late, but I've been getting up late. I'm not as bad as I was for a while there. I was staying up like Monty and going to bed at daylight and getting up at 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Oh, gosh. I can't do that.
It made me feel rough. Felt like I'd been out drinking or something.
Yep. Yeah, and the girls deserted me. So my granddaughter will probably be waking up at about 7.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. Yeah, you got 8 hours if you go to sleep right now.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to shut it down pretty quick.
Just shut it down. And you guys got my number and text me, whatever. If you get something kicked up and you don't see me, holler at me to remind me. I'm kind of absent-minded sometimes.
Okay.
Y'all have a good night out there. Good night,
Y'all take care. Thank you for coming by. Sorry
for
we're all bleh tonight.
Good night.
Thank you, Chuck. Night, y'all. Victor, Pappy, Lisa. Have a good evening.